what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of the Shudder Slaughterhouse. I'm your host, Daniel, and I want to throw a quick apology out there to everybody. We actually, about a month ago, we actually posted a video, a bit of an introduction to this new series we're doing, and we were planning on, the very next week doing an episode. However, we've been in the middle of a move lately. In fact, it's why you notice the background's a little bit different from this video from the last one. Yes, we have moved. TPS Productions have moved. So it's been a crazy thing. And so and then on top of that, Labor Day weekend rolled around, and we just couldn't quite get around to it. But we've got ourselves unpacked. Everything's smooth sailing right here. So we are back, and this is the very first episode of the Shudder Slaughterhouse. So just quick little recap of what this show is going to be about. I'm just going to be every week I'm watching movies on Shudder, so I'm just going to take a handful of the ones I watch and do little reviews. And since I have no actual affiliation with Shudder, I can shit on whatever movies I want and not worry about it if need be. We got a good little handful this week though, so I think we'll be okay there. So the first movie we're going to talk about, 30 Miles from Nowhere. It's a film about these college friends who they had there's like 5 or 6 of them in the group, and one of them turns out to be the psychiatrist / scientist guy, and I don't know, the group has kind of broken apart. Haven't really been getting together at all, and the scientist dude, psychologist, psychiatrist, scientist, whatever the fuck he is, he eventually he dies, and so they have to return to his house for the funeral. And so it's kind of already an awkwardness, because they're all old friends. There's still a lot of scar tissue there, a lot of old wounds, and they're just kind of filling each other out. However, shit takes a terrifying turn as this reunion gets underway. I don't want to say too much, because once again, and these reviews will be these are going to be like mini reviews. I don't want to go too much and give out anything. The movie reminded me a little bit. They even kind of make a reference to it during the film. It's like The Big Chill, but like a horror film. It's a horror film. The Big Chill is a horror film. The pros on this movie, I like the acting. I thought the performances were all good. It has I can't think of the dude's name. The main guy was bugging me the whole time. Or not the main guy. They're all it's an ensemble piece. The first guy you meet, he's the asshole of the group, if you will. When I first see this guy, I'm like, where have I seen this guy before? And I refuse to pick up the phone while I'm watching a new movie. You don't do that. So I had the whole movie, I'm just like, who is this dude? And I had to look him up. He was Calvin from Waiting. I don't know if anybody likes the movie Waiting from like 2005 or not. It's hilarious. And I haven't recognized this guy from anything else. Like, I don't know, anything else he's done, but like, he was Calvin. And I was like, oh my god, it's Calvin. Anyways, so no, good performances in this movie. I like the idea that we have focused this film on an older generation, people who are in their late 30s, early 40s, it seems like. Only because, there's already a shit ton of movies out there of, young kids getting picked off one by one, and it's kind of nice to see the focus shift a little bit with an older group that has older people problems, alcoholism, or, the suburban soccer mom who kind of hates her dull, boring life, or, the guy who's clearly having a midlife crisis, so he dates a 23-year-old, to make himself feel better. Just, all the resentment that you harbor, from maybe some regrets you have or whatever. And it was just a kind of a neat little take on that. The problem with this movie for me, though, is when you get to the end, and, there's I don't want to call it a twist, per se. It's more like, it's a revelation, I guess. It unfolds, the story unfolds. But when you get to the end, and you kind of go like, okay, that's what was going on this whole time. And then you start asking questions about that, you're just like, well, wait a minute, well, how is this possible? And there's a lot of that. It seems like once the movie was over and the credits were rolling, it left me going, I don't know. So it's one of those type things. Shudder has this rated, and I'm guessing these are from user ratings or whatever, 3 out of 5 skulls, and I'll agree with that. It's a low 3 out of 5, but it does keep you engaged. Like the entire time you are hooked in, you're trying, I will say about the midway mark though, when you realize that no one's getting knocked off, it's like, okay, it's not going to be that kind of a movie, it's going to be more, psychological, story-driven, character-driven. I guess I was expecting it to be just a straight-up slasher film, and everyone's going to get picked off like that, but it wasn't. But yeah, it's all good. It's a different kind of story, and I did enjoy it. It's just, I don't know, I didn't care for the ending, I guess, is my main gripe about that one. Up next, and I hope I'm saying this right, we got Lake Bodom. Did I say it right? Bodom. This is a Shudder exclusive. It is a Finnish film, and it is about, so I didn't know any of this at all, like the history of this or the story about this, but back in the 60s there was a grisly murder, like 3 teenagers or 4 teenagers were killed at this lake in real life back in the 60s in Finland at Lake Bodom. And so this movie is kind of going off of that, kind of showing you the events after that. I guess there's a lot of theories of what happened that day. I guess it's an unsolved murder, and so no one really knows for sure. I guess there's a lot of theories, and this is kind of one of those like, well, here's what could have happened, or this may have been what it is. And I will tell you right now, I don't know. I would think anybody who's watching this, anybody who watches Shudder and loves horror, you guys are all down for subtitles. You guys are okay with it. But in my little small town, it's like pulling teeth trying to get someone to watch a good movie like that. Like, you'll be like, hey, I watched a movie last night. What'd you watch? Well, it's this movie, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. And then, it's subtitled. You're like, oh, never mind. It's like, what? Really? So this is subtitle. I should tell you guys ahead of time, this is subtitle. This movie was fucking incredible. I loved it. I really loved it. I was shocked by, how great it looks. I mean, I guess I went from 30 miles from nowhere to this thing. I'm like, oh, okay, that was okay, I guess. Kind of a bad taste in my mouth, the ending. So I get to this one. I'm just like, oh, shit, complete 180. I've never seen a Finnish film. Horror or otherwise, but this is Finnish horror. I'm in. This is fucking awesome. It reminds me of a movie. I don't want to say what movie it reminds me of because I don't want to give anything away. I'm afraid if I say like it reminded me a lot of this movie, you guys will be like, oh shit, you'll figure whatever out. I will say there are lots of twists and turns in this thing. Some predictable, some maybe not so much, but overall, I just really dug. It's a really short film. Like it's like an hour and 27 minutes, maybe even less than that. So it's like it moves along quickly. I really dug it. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the my pick of the week right there would be Lake Bodom. Just incredible. Shudder had it rated at a 4 out of 5 skulls, and I'll give it to them. Yeah, absolutely 4 out of 5. I'll agree with that as well. A high 4. It was almost a 5. It's not a perfect film, but it's goddamn close. So yeah, Lake Bodom. And in the final film we'll look at, yeah, we just blanked out right there. What the fuck was that movie? I will edit if I have to on this. I was gonna write everything down. I was like, Daniel, get a clipboard, write this stuff down. And I was like, nah, I won't blank. I won't forget any of it. I'll remember all this. And then here I am, just totally blanking. The third movie is and so the next movie is Party Hard, Die Young. I'll bring my list next time. Anyways, Party Hard, Die Young. This is an Austrian film, and this is also subtitled, but they also have an English dubbed version as well. I would have much rather watched the subtitle version. I was watching with my girlfriend, and literally, she was just kind of like, we're not reading this. Use the English dub. English dubs are always kind of bad because the voices never quite match up with the I don't mean like the lips and the... I'm okay with that. I mean the actual voices you hear are usually really goofy and weird sounding. And you're just like, that clearly doesn't go with that guy, but whatever. So, in Party Hard, Die Young, the story is this is a class, senior year, or it's after senior, they just graduated, and I guess traditionally these people always go to, the class, but traditionally everybody goes to this island in Croatia, and they're going to go ahead and head out to Croatia, and huge senior party or whatever, graduating party. However, this time, not everybody's going to make it out of this one alive. This is a Shudder original, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Is there an exclusive? I think it's an original. Yes, this movie is a standard slasher. Now, I don't mean that negatively. This was a really enjoyable film. I liked it much like the other films. It kept me engrossed. I was down the entire time. Kept you interested, wondering who did it. But by the time the credits roll, you realize you just watched a standard whodunit slasher. It brings nothing really new to the table. A couple of kills aren't bad, but for the most part, it's the standard. But I love the scenery. I love the look of the film. Lots of neon. I'm digging that. And excuse me. You know, and the twist ain't bad. I mean, when you find out, like, you know, who's in it, I won't lie though. Right off the bat, I kind of figured out who did it, and just stupidly guessing. I was like, yeah, I think this person right here did it. Like, I don't know. They're doing nothing right now. Like, you know, in these slasher movies, there's always like the red herrings, and you know, this guy's acting weird, and this guy's acting weird, and that person's over there, and I'm just like, it's gonna be something like this guy right here, and it's like, oh yeah, that's who it was. But anyways, don't let that, you know, distract from it, because it actually is a, you know, pretty decent movie. Like I said, I guess my big gripe here was, once again, it just, I don't know, it just seemed, it followed the formula a little too much. Like, I don't know, I guess I was hoping for something a little different. Different culture's take on the slasher film, and it turns out their take was exactly like what we have here at home. Just straight up people getting knocked off one by one and whatever. But like I said, it's not bad, and I do like the twist. I like the reason behind why they're doing it and everything. So yeah, it is what it is. People on Shudder gave it a 3 out of 5 skulls, and I'll agree with that. Yeah, it's a solid 3 out of 5. So there you have it. So guys, that's this week on the Shudder Slaughterhouse. Tune in next time. We'll have a new batch of movies and everything. I'll tell you for sure what I'm going to be watching. It just dropped this week on Shudder, Spiral. And the trailer looks pretty goddamn good. So that'll definitely be probably at the top of the show next week. So guys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think. You guys seen, you know, these 3 movies, whether it's 3 Miles from Nowhere, Lake Bodom, or Party Hard, Die Young, drop them down below. I will have my list with me next week. I was going to edit this. I'll probably just do a quick little cut, because I'm like, you know what? I like doing this shit live. Even though it's pre-taped, I like that live feeling. So if I fuck up, I fuck up on the show. So we'll keep it in. That's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Oh, shit. Didn't know what you're on. Sorry. Hi. Thank you for watching that video. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to our channel. All that good stuff you do right here on YouTube, go ahead and do it. Check out our other videos. Go to our playlist. We got episodes of TPS TV, Journey Through the Dark Side. We got a new show coming out, the horror movie review with Daniel Richardson. This guy. And of course, our short film, Entropy. You can find all that and more right here on YouTube. And then check out, yeah, look at that. All of our social media right there. And we don't just, you know, copy and paste like the same post and put it on all. No, that's ridiculous. 3 different platforms, 3 different posts. I mean, the behind the scenes stuff you see on Twitter will not be the same stuff you see on Instagram. So there you go, right there. So be sure to give us a follow and a like on all that right there. Keep up to date. Have you seen Unspeakable Acts yet? No? Come on. Pick you up the DVD right now. Links over there. Oh yeah. It's only $7. $3 shipping and handling. And of course, if you've already seen it and you haven't seen the Public Domain Dungeon yet, boom, $5 DVD right there. So 5 S&P as well. Or sorry, 3 S&P as well. So there you go. Do that. And if you got the spare change, you want to hit us up, you know, donate a little bit over here to TPS Productions. Our Patreon is right there. Oh yeah. So that's all we. Oh my God, sorry. I'm getting fired, ain't I? Yeah, that's all we got. Thank you for watching.